Hey guys, I'm doing this on the fly. I haven't got any notes prepared, and we're just going to wing it and see how it goes. But have you ever considered saving your images on Amazon S3 in a bucket and then serving those images into your chatbots, and also having a custom URL so that you would always know exactly where to go and get those images without having to go and look up the Amazon URL. So, for example, you could have a subdomain of images dot your domain name, and then at the end of your domain name, the name of the image, whatever you decide to call it. So yeah, and then pretty much all you would have to remember is the file name for the image. Your domain name, images dot your domain name, will be something that you would just remember anyway. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up a bucket on Amazon S3, and I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to set up a domain name server, a CNAME on Cloudflare. So if you're using Amazon S3 and Cloudflare, then this is the video for you. Let's do this. So here I'm logged into my Amazon S3 account, and what I'm going to do is create a bucket. Now, when I create this bucket, I am making sure that I name it with a URL type name. I'll show you what I mean. So let's just create a bucket. So we'll give the bucket name. I'm going to call it images dot appreneur.com.au. So the name of the bucket is looking a lot like a regular URL. So I'm going to leave the region as in Sydney, and we need to unblock all public access and just acknowledge that. So we're serving images over to users on the chatbot, so we need public access in the story. Bucket versioning, I'm not going to do anything about that in this tutorial, nor the encryption. So what we'll do now is we'll just go and create the bucket. Okay, so successfully created the bucket. And what I'm going to do now is, let me just get rid of this here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to find that bucket that we just created. Where is it there? Images at images.appreneur.com. So I'm just going to click into it. And what we want to do now is just go to properties, and then just scroll down to the bottom, and then we need to enable static web hosting. So we'll click edit, click enable, and what we need to put over here is an index document. So basically, if we're going to be somebody clicks on the link images.your URL, that they're actually going to get served something. So I'm just going to call it index.html, and I will have to upload. So your error document could be a 404 file. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to bother with it because I'm not running this as a website or anything like that. Index.html. So once I've done that, I'll just go and save the changes. So now just scroll up to the top here. Next thing we're going to do is go over to permissions, and we need to edit the bucket policy. Now I should leave the this JSON code for you in the description here, and you just need to change your the images.appreneur. So I had this in my cache, I just pasted it, and if I'll save that, so this is just providing permissions with regard to getting access to these files. And I think there's a space over here maybe. Let's try save that again. Yep, that's gone through now. Alright, so that's second step out of the way. What is the third step? Let me just have a look up here. I think that's the only two steps that we need to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually bring in the files. So let me just open up my file finder, and I'm screen sharing all of that. I didn't really mean to. I want you to still see my screen, so let me just change the setting on the eCam. Just give me a moment. Okay, so that's better. So now you can see my screen at least. So what I'm going to go and grab an index file. Let me just see what that index file is. It's not that one that I want. Let me try this one. It's not that one. Take those two away. And not that one. They're all called index. And it's not that one. So it will be the last one that I have. So I'm just going to bring that in. And this screen has changed. I've got to go back to my bucket. Alright, let's grab that index file. Bring it in here. And drop it in there. So now I've got an index file. I'm going to upload it. Close that. And if I click on that, I am just looking for the URL. So I'm just going to open this up in a new window here. So that is my my index file. It's just a blank screen. There's nothing on it. So, but you need to have that HTML in there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start uploading some files into the bucket. So I'm going to go and grab my index file, and I'll just bring that and drop it in there. And oops, what's going on there? Just upload that. And upload was successful. Close that. And if we just go and have a look at this, we can get the object URL here. And it just says presentation on the screen. Oops, looks like I loaded the wrong one. Let me just go back here and okay, that's the one we want. Don't know why it's blank. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to actually bring in some files into the bucket. So the first file I'm going to do is my index file. I'm just going to grab that and just bring my index.html in there. and then just upload it. So there's the file uploaded, and just close that. I'll just click on the file and I can get this link and just go and check it. Yep, it's there. No problem at all. Let's go back. So now I'm going to go and get a image file. So let me just go and search for an image. Okay, so I found an image. I'm just going to get my banner that I use, and before I bring it in, let me just go to buckets. I wasn't quite sure where I was. Images, upload, here we go. And let's grab that file, bring it in, drop the file. Let's upload that, and we'll just click on the name of the file, and we'll get this link, and there it's opening up that image. So that's all working as well. So now that we know the bucket has been created and I can access the files, so what we're going to do now is we're going to get the link, and we're going to go over to Cloudflare, and we're going to set up the CNAME. So I'm in my Cloudflare account. I'm just going to go into my domain appreneur.com.au, and I'm going to go to DNS, and I am going to add a record, and it's going to be a CNAME, and it's going to be images. And now the target, I need to just pop over to Cloudflare and pick up the URL that we need for the CNAME. So for that, we'll just go back over to our properties. Is it properties? Maybe permissions. I'm lost. I thought it was properties. I'm looking for the let's go back one more down to the buckets. I'm looking for the okay, so why wasn't it showing under properties? Must have been properties for something else. Anyway, in the static website hosting, this is where we get our URL, so we'll copy that, and then I'm just going to head on back to Cloudflare, and I'm going to paste it into the target and save. And if everything is good, we're all good. Invalid record. So why have we got an invalid record? Okay, what we need to do is take out the HTTP in front of the images and click save, and that's gone through. So now I'm going to go over to, let me just grab this here. I'm going to go over to DNS checker and just put this in here, and I'm going to search that, and that seems to be finding it. So let's just open up a new tab, and I'm going to go images dot appreneur.com.au, and I should get that. Yeah, that's the index file that I loaded up. So if I get the name of the file that I uploaded, which was appreneur, actually we'll have to go over to my buckets, just copy that, Command C. Let's see if Okay, so let's just hit on that. And there we go. You can now see that I have got images.appreneur.com.au, and I can now store any images that I want on the Amazon S3 bucket, and I can drop those URLs. It can be a PDF or whatever. So that's how you do it. It's pretty simple once you've figured it out. Cool. Catch you later.